Heyo! Welcome back to the Binding of Isaac. I think it's been a while since I recorded. I think the challenges were the last things we have done. So I kind of want to do a normal one, and then after the normal one, I want to do what is it called? A keeper run. Well, not a keeper run, but a grid run to get the keeper. And I guess the Lost is the dude who we have the least with, so might as well play with the Lost. I mean, again, I'm a big Lost fan. I love him. We should try to do Hush though. I've been what would be the right word? I don't want to say necessarily like yeah. Okay. I don't want to say necessarily like you know, trying to get better, but I've been like doing some not tainted lost runs on my on one of my save files, and you know, I was like trying to push my limits, I guess. Maybe that's the best word. That like, hey, can I beat Hosh with this run? Or like, you know, can I beat Delirium with this? And you know, some of the times I failed, some of the times I won. There were some pretty good runs of those tries that are unfortunately will forever be gone because I never recorded them. But, you know, I think I'm still producing enough Isaac content. For example, this week I tried to stream 3 times, and one time out of that 3 I'm gonna play Isaac. The other 2 will be Silksong, of course, because that shit is coming out, man, and I'm so excited. It's been a while since I've been excited about a video game release, mind you. So it feels good to be pogged up. Like, I guess Balatro was maybe the latest, but Balatro wasn't... Like, how do I say this? I knew Balatro before, and you could say that, like, I know Silksong too, maybe. But at the same time, it's like, you know... It's... like, I've been waiting long for this game. I've been following it for a while. Dare I say. But yeah, we will talk about that. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. If we cannot beat Hush, that's okay. It's a very strong start, mind you. Thank you. Oh, that's good. The store is fine, but like I have no idea where the secret room is. The item room was pure shit. Dare I say? I don't know, maybe here's the secret room, if not we... Oh, it is here. And it has nothing, okay. Well, you just go. One of those first floors where nothing really happens. At least, look, we beat Mom, or Mother, I should say. So we don't have to worry about that. It's just, you know, I hate missing out on a free item. Even though... well, not really a free item. I hate missing out on an option, I guess is what I should say. But maybe it's fine if we have like a safer start with the Lost. I don't know. I do wanna say, if we don't get an item room here, or like a key here to open up the item room, I wouldn't mind going for the alt path. And then I will take a devil deal. If we get an item room with an item that like actually does something, then I don't want to go to the devil deal. Because then I want to do the light path or the dark path. I don't know which one yet, but you get the idea. I was streaming this game the other day, and what I do on streams is open up the like, you know, randomizer basically, where it gives you a random character and a path to beat. And it gave me Tainted Apollyon twice, and I didn't hate the character as much as I thought I would. But I was still a bit disappointed, mind you. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to be completely rude to Apollyon. It is good that you have a way to deal with items that you, like, don't care about or don't want to pick up, because who the fuck cares about, like, you know, double Vs? 99% of the times you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, double Vs, that's my favorite item. You're just gonna be like, no man, remove this shit, and then, you know, you get to fly. Or you get stats ups if you are with Apollyon. So, like, you know, that's good. The problem comes from, I guess, is if you only get, like, those items. And that's not really the character's fault. Can I get, like, anything in this, like, an item room, maybe? Oh, a library too, even. Holy. You shouldn't have. I'm gonna go into the item room first. Hold on. Now, that key is also interesting, because we technically can take a devil deal, right? and still open up the last place. The mega stand door. Oh, we are, like, stalling so much, but we gotta do it, man. Succubus is pretty good. We got Bookworm, that's also pretty nice. I mean, you know me, I would rather stall on, like, the first floors to, like, build up a run than stall on, like, the last floor. Oh, and we can maybe, like, reroll in... Oh, no, we can't. That's not how it works. Honestly, not really. Even though it gives us Beelzebub, this one doesn't do anything for me. This one doesn't do anything for me. Runebag is okay, I would say. Let's reroll this. Honestly, again, like, Book of Shadows is pretty good. But... And I think we need to reroll ability. Alright, so we have Runebag, we have Succubus for now. I'm not so sure, to be real with you. I don't feel this run is the guy just yet, but it is a good start. Ah, you know what? I don't want to do the beast path, but I do have to be pretty fast then to get to Hush. Ah man, this is tough. And now I know we won't even get that ski. Okay, that's good. You know what? I'm going for it. We can speed this up. We have to scubble up. And if it doesn't work out, we can, like, still do Hush later, or like give it a second try, right? That's range and shot speed. I don't really think I care about that much. Let's look at the item room though. Not really. Bomb friend is also not really what I want. Holy cow, there's like no rooms in this, by the way, that gives you like a charge. It's kind of funny. Wow, not even here. Usually these are the fucking rooms, right? Another great lockdown kill. Huge amnesia. Another classic. Fuck yeah. Alright. I mean, this run is fine, you know. So far. It's just, you know, I maybe should have like taken Book of Shadows and then just let it roll with the consequences that I think about it. For example, not getting an item there. You know what? I should go in here, not in here. Go like in here. And reroll that, because we don't need that. You're not the guy. I mean, I still can get Algiza, I guess, so that's pretty good. I kinda wish I had starter deck now, like even more, because like one thing is our PLs fucking suck, so they don't really do anything. The other reason is just like having 2 runes at the same time is pretty good. Like, I would love both a Yera and then Algiz. Now let's see. Tough Love is pretty good, especially when we get the 10 plus damage, or well, not 10 plus damage, the luck increase, I should say. That will be pretty good. I'm gonna blow you up. You're not the guy. I'm the guy. I don't know how many rooms are left till the boss, mind you. Because we didn't explore them, we also have amnesia, so that, you know, doesn't really help. Oh, it's here, alright. It's you. I wanted to check your name, I swear. I wanted to see his name because I genuinely don't know. Alright, stay calm. You will be separated. And I think we are fine. There is no way you can kill me now. There we go, there we go. Heart's not really a thing. Honestly, I'm gonna take the range because our range stat is pretty low and I don't wanna come back here ever again. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird one so far. I think it can work out. We have the basis. We have like an okay range now and an okay speed, so we don't have to worry about those necessarily. Which I know sounds like fake, but like at width, or like I guess harsh speed and range are generally like very important stats, I think. Like you gotta be able to... Oh, that's so good. You gotta be able to beat that bastard, if that makes sense. I'm gonna take this, I don't care about pay to win, necessarily. And I wanna check out the store, I think. Maybe it has something cool for us. Oh, another great pill, I assume? Yep. Why even like pick it up, man? Money? No money. There is options would be good though. I would like if we had it. I mean, this is like a good trinket, don't get me wrong, but I think we need the damage. For sure. Alright. Honestly, we have like some missed opportunities, but I think we're still fine. I've learned the other run that oh yeah, don't pick those up. I've learned the other run, you know, that you don't necessarily need like perfectionism for the run to work out. And like here's a crazy thing, mind you, there is our Arges. Here's a crazy thing. So I looked into OCD. I don't really know if I have it or not. And still the end. Half up. Wow. I don't know if I have it, but it is kind of funny that I've been reading about it, and I've been recommended a book, and the book said like some examples that like, you know, oh, you know, some people think that you know what, I'm just gonna erase this is probably a good pill. But speed up, lockdown, range up, lockdown. Wow, the game really hates my buck stat, huh? I'm gonna choose. Hosset is huge, actually. Holy. So like I've been reading about stuff, and there was this one book that was like, hey, if you have these like thoughts and stuff, then you might have it. And then I'm not kidding. Besides like, you know, cleaning and, you know, ordering things, it's like, you know, they have to be perfect. I would say like 99% of the thoughts were fitting for me. Stuff like, you know, hey, I don't know, what if I have a bad thought and then someone dies? Like, I thought that's normal. And what I wanted to say is that I've been kinda like trying to like rethink stuff I do want to go to the store though. There we go. Bogo Bomb, not really. Spider Mod, maybe. Maybe. I've been like rethinking stuff again because that's like I do every time I self-diagnose. It's not a good, you know. It's not a good habit. But I also feel this is maybe related to this. But like I've been, you know, thinking about stuff again, and I was like, hey, maybe also it's like, you know, not necessarily Isaac, but like I guess Isaac would be the best example now, or like that's what reminded me of it. Like maybe the reason why I'm like so obsessed with perfectionism, if that makes sense, is because if you know, if there is like one mistake, then it can ruin everything, you know, like that kind of thinking. And then that's why I get so anxious when, for example, in Isaac, I'm like, oh no, I couldn't go into an item room. What am I gonna do? What if that item room had like the best item? What if I'm not good enough to win the game? You know those things. And then, of course, you can look at these. I can use the RGs against you. And of course, you can look at these as just like, you know, intrusive thoughts that just appear. Or like, you know, lack of self-esteem and stuff. But I don't really think how do I say this? I don't really think, and now I'm not talking about Isaac anymore, I'm talking about like bigger topics, mind you. Honestly, this is not bad. Bigger topics here, like for example, you know, college, when like I know I learned the stuff, I know I can pass the stuff, but I still am anxious that I'm gonna fail for some ridiculous reason, like, oh, what if I learned, you know, for the wrong lesson or some shit, like, you know, very on, how do I say this, like unlikely situations, right? Oh, what if I learned the other colleges, like you know, stuff instead of my college's stuff, like, you know, that's that's not something that really happens in real life. And yeah, I was thinking more and more about this thing, that like maybe the reason why I'm so anxious about these things is because my thoughts about these things are kind of silly. Book of Secrets, okay. DB Bell. You know what I love to see is Book of Virtue. Range down. It's the peers, man. They're going off in this run. For sure. We can skip some rooms, luckily here. Don't even get me started that Host Hat is doing God's work this run. Like, I guess, you know, and this is something I've been like, how do I say this, being half self-aware about, like, psychology, that there are some things that you don't really care about that much, right? Like you are just like, oh yeah, this happens to everyone. And then you either go to like a therapist or you just like look after it or just like talk about it or whatever, and then you realize that like, nah man, this is weird. In a way, I guess I'm just, oh, I know it's gonna be, I know it. I don't even know why I did it. I know it's gonna be HP up. Or like that happened to me. The opposite happened to me too, but I think that's also because of like anxiety. That's like, oh, you know, I have thoughts that I'm gonna fail, and then, you know, my psychologist said that's like, yeah, that happens to everyone. And then we went into like another example that like, you know, I have a fear that I'm gonna fail because I didn't put in a pen that's like, I don't know, has enough ink in it to finish the test. And then, you know, myself, she doesn't tell me, but you know, once I say it out loud, I'm kind of like, yeah, this is a bit of a silly fear compared to like, you know, oh, I'm gonna fail because I'm not smart enough or something. You get the idea. I can see why it is an intrusive thought, or would be an intrusive thought at least. I'm just gonna pick everything up. The straw. Okay, more speed is fine by me. Plus we can shoot through enemies now, which is interesting. Oh, you shouldn't have. I don't really want to go to the store though. Unless we buy something pretty good. Okay, now that would be cool. But I have to like throw it away sadly, so tough luck, buddy. Be luckier next time or whatever. So yeah, but again, I don't really want to self-diagnose, diagnose, something like that. And I like, again, like have really no idea how this works and stuff. I will have therapy. I will talk about this stuff. And I also will just read the book as like, you know. Uh-oh. Okay. Gotta be anxious. I'm just gonna read the book as in like, you know, maybe I learned something interesting about myself, but if not, that's okay. Oh shit, what a weird path. You know what, I'm gonna use my other RGs, man. This threw me off. Plus maybe you can give me something cool, like bombs, yeah. Yeah. Love bombs. Damage up is pretty nice. We can maybe use the Soul of Jacob and Ezo for something. No tinctured drugs, that's okay. So yeah, it's been an interesting read, for sure. And again, it's like not even necessarily about like trying to feed those things on me or whatever. It just being curious, I guess, about how well, I don't know what I'm talking about. My point is that it's like again, like I'm not necessarily like, oh, this is gonna be like my fix or whatever, because once again I know that like psychology doesn't really work like that. But if I have OCD or something like similar to that, I can see why some of my thoughts, you know, are kind of just like stuck in the loop, if that makes sense, right? Because that's like my main experience. I don't know if I necessarily should like talk about it this much. I don't think this is trauma dumping just yet. This is what I'm trying to say. But like, one of my main experiences is that, you know, that I had some thoughts that were like stupid or bad, and I'm like, this is stupid or bad, so I'm, you know, gonna stop thinking it, lol. I'm not, or like, gonna stop thinking it sounds stupid, but like, you know, I'm gonna be like, oh, you know, I don't care about this. And then there are thoughts that are like, you know, I know are stupid, but then I like keep thinking about it. Like I have to like argue with myself that, hey, this is stupid for this reason and that reason and third reason and fourth reason. And even then my brain still sometimes are like, yeah, okay, but what if? And then, you know, just comes up with something ridiculous, and I'm like, nah, bro. like you know, or like, do you know that feeling when you were a child, or just like you are arguing with a child? Holy cow, we have defense. And then the answer is like, you know, 1 + 1 is 2, but then the child is like, oh yeah, but like I made up this whole universe where numbers are actually letters and letters are actually number. So in my world, 1 + 1 isn't 2, 1 + 1 is actually I don't know, 11 or some shit, because you just like put two numbers next to each. Like you get the idea what I'm trying to say. Like, you know, just coming up with bullshit over and over again. And then, you know, it's like the weird thing about the brain. I've talked about this before. that you would think that the shit you control or controls you, either way you look at it, you know, the thing that you are basic, like you are your brain, right? You are your brain like controlling a mecha made out of flesh. And oh great, thanks. And you would think that then, you know, you would like have control, as in like you know what you want to do, but it's really tricky. It's really weird. Like you want to do something, but then, you know, your brain remembers it like, oh hold on. You know what, sure, I don't mind the lockup. Like, you know, your brain remembers, or like your body remembers something from the past, and then you have PTSD, and then you like kind of lean into that PTSD as like, that's like what I'm learning from this book, that you learn into lean into the PTSD, and then you just like develop what is it called? Oh, don't take dry, baby. No. What do you mean? Oh, and there's like so good items too. Oh, come on, man. That's disappointing. Yeah, sure. So like, you know, you lean into those PTSD, you never really learn how to like deal with them, I guess, or maybe like, you know, you just like somewhat like, well, yeah, I guess this is like how I took it, that like you never really learn how to like make sense of it, how to solve it or whatever, and then you just like develop OCD next to your PTSD, and then, you know, even though you know that the trauma itself like doesn't affect you anymore, yeah, sure, that it doesn't affect you anymore necessarily, it's still like, you know, the PTSD or like the OCD part still fucks you, because, you know, your brain is like, hey, but like, you know, what if you still did this, because we don't know what happens when you don't do it. Then, you know, you are just like, I guess, sure, don't really have a choice. Like, for example, I think me dealing with like addiction is well, I need to pay attention actually, because this is getting a bit silly. All right, me dealing with addiction, I generally think is like is again like maybe OCD related, because, you know, my brain is like, oh no, you know, you have to smoke before college starts, because what if you don't smoke and you will be like so anxious that you blow up, like, you know, shit like that. Which again, like, saying out loud, it is stupid, but you know, in the moment your brain is just like, oh shit, that's so true. Well, some of the times, you know, of course there are like, you know, those obvious intrusive thoughts that are like, hey, maybe I should like push this person, or like, you know, maybe I should like jump in front of a bus or something, and then you immediately realize that it's an intrusive thought. There are those kinds. Holy cow. There are those types. Ah, you know, we don't really have time. Yeah, sure. Give me a good trinket. Actually pretty nice. I'm worried I'm not gonna get a second danger deal, mind you. Should be unfortunate, but like, what can you do? Yeah, you get the idea what I'm trying to say. And then again, maybe I'm just like way too anxious, I don't know. There are some things. There were actually a time before too where I thought I have OCD. No, don't take the big money. Fancy at the end, good one. Where I thought I had like OCD or something related to that, because I was like, again, like way overthinking stuff. I wanted to say that I don't know what's happening on this, but I guess we go again. Wow, the 2 items that don't do anything for me. Big. That just happens with the last, you don't worry about it. We will get a better run. There were some problems anyway, like not having the angel key pieces yet. For example. Or the run just not being that strong, to be fair. That was also a big one. Just give me a good item. Oh yeah, and missing the first floor, of course. Like, the book talked about, like, perfectionism, too, for a second, that, you know, like, you know, there is perfectionism where you're like, oh, I need to do this perfectly, because, you know, like, you know, not this perfect, like, I need to be perfect in everything, because, you know, if I'm not, then I'm gonna screw up something, and that can also be like a very OCD type of thought, where you have this compulsion that, hey, if I not being 100% in everything, then, you know, the world is gonna fall apart, or I'm gonna fall apart or something. And then there is the, you know, positive, like, perfectionism, where you, like, try to focus on, like, one area or something, and then try to be, or try to do your best in that area. I guess I'm gonna take it, even though I'm not a big fan. That would be good if we had anything. So yeah, it's interesting. Or we can maybe do the art pep too, I don't know. Osset would be awesome though, in this one. That would make me feel pretty calm. There we go. Yeah, that was a good hit. That was amazing. Nice. Yeah, I don't know, that was the mental health. I like to think, like, I don't think this was necessarily trauma dumping. I wanna think this was just like me talking about what I found so far. And because of that, I don't think this necessarily had like a bad rep related to it or anything. It was just casual conversation. All right, I'm not gonna waste all of my bombs for this shit. I'm just gonna move on. Like, you know how people talk about, like, you know, hey, I hurt my arm or something, and, you know, how did you hurt it? And it was like, oh, gooning session. And you're like, oh, that's not normal. Like, I guess this is, like, you know, the same. It's just like more of an abstract health instead of physical health. Thank you, huge. This is also nice. Thank you. But talking about physical pain, I did go to the gym yesterday. And it was pretty fun. But I did forget how much it hurts the day after to, like, exist. I'm gonna fucking take soy milk, man. I'm a big believer in the soy milk supremacy. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I'm a huge fucking believer in birthright. Holy cow. Only if we have, like, money. Now this is good though. Watch this. Only a matter of time. We are gonna have like infinite time, so it's completely okay. There can be a secret room there. I don't respect you. I do respect you, even though you're a speed down, which is like pretty ass, but we love the damage. The thing about... okay. The thing about the Lost, and I'm gonna sit up for a second for them. The thing about the Lost and like re-rolling is that if you... this is my idea, or how this works. If you get a good item, you gotta take it. Now that we have the birthright, we don't, of course, because we have like a bit bigger vigor room. But if you have like an item that's like, hey, I'm gonna give you an HP, then you can say goodbye. Like, you know, you might as well reroll it, or like, you know, if there is like a complete trash, you reroll it. But if there is an item that's like, hey, I'm gonna give you like 0.1 damage up, you can be like, yeah, this sucks. Or like, no, sorry, yeah, this sucks, but like, you know, I gotta take it. And then if you have birthright, you have the vigor room to be like, you know, I would rather reroll you. And then maybe you get like another shit item, or maybe you get something good, who knows. For example, I'm gonna take this here. Bumbo. Okay. So a better bomb friend, basically. One that I wouldn't even necessarily mind giving money to. Because this one actually like does something that's... Okay, sir. I hope I'm protected here. I think I am. Okay. So yeah, this is like basically a better bomb friend, so I'm loving it. More injure deal chance. You know what? I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna blow you up too, just for even more injure deal than chance. Yeah. No, don't take that. I want the compass for the speedrun. Okay, now this is gonna be hell. I really want my dude to blow up as soon as possible. Right around there, maybe. No, okay. I might die here. Don't. Oh my god. I lived. Please just walk into each other when okay, that also works. Oh. All right. I think I'm gonna end it here though. So sorry. Thanks for watching though. If you enjoyed it, support or not. It's your decision. For now, see you in the next one. Bye.